Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie ESTHER here, and this is my second YouTube channel called Paulie Pops, where I make videos about my hobby of collecting these Funko Pop figures you see here behind me. And well, today we went down to the Vaughan Mills Mall. That's that huge mall that is so big that they can put dozens of hockey rinks inside of it if they wanted to. And that's where the flagship Toys R Us store is. So we went down there and I got some stuff on clearance. So let me show you what we got here. Put this aside. There's a soda there. So first thing I bought was this Arthur from the Sword and the Stone, because he was on clearance for $7. Arthur holding all of the dirty dishes from Sword and the Stone. That's a pretty cute pop there. I think I have the whole series here. Not too many in the series. Madam Mim. Madam Mim as a dragon. Merlin was the hardest one to find. And then Arthur himself. So put that one here aside. And then I got a couple of bigger pieces. This one is also Sword in the Stone. This is one that I held off on because of the price point, but it finally was on clearance. This is from 2021, Sword in the Stone. Arthur pulling Excalibur. Now originally this was like a $50 pop. And, you know, I get that it's a little bit larger because of this base, him pulling the stone, the sword out of the stone. But I never believed that it was worth $50, so I just said I can't justify that. So I waited, and now we got it on clearance for $27.88 Canadian, or $27.98 Canadian. I don't reckon it was going to get any cheaper than that. I considered waiting even longer to see if I could get a deal. Like sometimes they'll have like buy one, get one cheaper on clearance, but since it was an out-of-town store, and I don't know if I'll ever have an opportunity to get it cheaper than that for sure, I went ahead and decided to buy it for the $27.88. Honestly, I still think that's a little overpriced because it's not much more than a regular pop to me. But what are you going to do? At least we saved something on it. And then the other piece that we got on clearance, I think this one is like 2020. I've been waiting on this one a long while for it to come down too. And it's the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. It's got this lady driving the Wienermobile here, part of the, oh, it's a Pop Rides, but to me it's like an ad icon thing here, because you always see the Wienermobile driving around. Oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener.
It was cooler than a GTO, faster than a Stingray, and it tasted great with mustard. It was the Wienermobile, and I wanted one. A lot of kids wish they were Oscar Mayer Wieners that day, but deep down inside, I knew I was one.
Quality beef is good as ever. Remember when you wished you were an Oscar Mayer Wiener?
So, another one that I just couldn't justify the $50 price at the time, so we wound up getting it on clearance here for that $27.88. One I wanted for a while. It was, you know what, I don't know how long it had been in the store, but it's even got dust here on the top. Nobody wants the Oscar Mayer Wiener, you know. As much as you wish you were an Oscar Mayer Wiener, perhaps you aren't as desirable as you think. So that's what we got there at Toys R Us on clearance. And then one other thing I got is a soda. Now this store, they do their sodas kind of weird. Most stores have smartened up to not leave the sodas out where the public can just have access to them. And when they aren't being watched, people will just open them or weigh them and pull the chases out. They smartened up. A lot of places, they would just put the sodas out on the shelf, and then they would come back to find they were all open. That people, whenever there's money involved, you know, you just can't trust people. That they'll just open them up, and they would find the chases and just leave the other ones behind, you know. So they got smart, and they put them behind the counter, and you request for them, but this store, they have a lockbox in the corner that shows you all the sodas they have available. And it's just in an acrylic case in the corner that's locked up. And then you go to the front and say, I want this soda. And then they go in the back and they pull one off the shelf that they have in the back to get you one. So, you know, you can rest assured they aren't searched, they aren't weighed, because they're all just sitting in the back. Yeah, that's the thing. Some people haven't even have these little gram micro scales. And if the chase is different enough that if it has an extra piece on it or something, if it's a different mold, that if it weighs more, they can weigh them all and say, well, this one weighs more than the rest, so it's probably the chase. You just can't trust people nowadays, you know? So we got this one here, the Fearless Leader, and again, you know, I don't collect sodas, I don't buy sodas, but here I am because this one was on clearance. Fearless Leader is from the Bullwinkle and Rocky and Bullwinkle show. He is the Fearless Leader, the boss of Boris and Natasha, Moose and Squirrel.
But Boris, Fearless Leader says Moose and Squirrel must arrive safe and sound.
Fui to Fearless Leader.
Fooey!
Fui, fui, and double fui.
Boris, your language. It is a family show, remember?
Fui to families too.
Boris Badenoff and Natasha. So we're gonna see what we get here. It was on clearance for $10.98. So instead of 20 bucks, so I decided I would get it because basically the price that I pay for open commons. So let's see if we get a chase. I'm not expecting a chase. I don't care if I get a chase. I'm happy to just have a regular one. I don't have this one in my collection. So is it international? This is regular. So if we get a colored pog, it'll be a chase. What do we get? White pog, that's a normal one. Fearless Leader, 1 out of 6,250. So we just got a normal one. I have no idea what the chase even is on him. I don't follow sodas that closely. I'm happy to just have a regular old Fearless Leader there. There we go. Alright, so that's what we picked up on clearance at the Toys R Us at the Vaughan Mills Mall today. That's all I have to share with you. Thank you so very much for the time that you spent here with me on my channel. As always, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Moose and Squirrel. Bye-bye.